Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. Today, me and my partner Jacob will be presenting our team's analysis of Skyline systems and how we have performed in simulated personal computer industry over the last four quarters, quarters 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'll walk through the main industry trends, the competitive environment, and what resources and strategies have helped Skyline succeed, and what we can recommend for the future. Our goal is to give you a clear picture of why Skyline has done well and what steps we should take next. All right, let's start with the big picture. Over the past four quarters, industry revenue has grown from $3.2 million in quarter five to about $5.6 million in quarter eight. That's a significant jump that shows that the market for personal computers is expanding every quarter. What's also important is that the industry is not only getting bigger, but it's staying profitable. Net profit margins have always been above 38%, which is much better than what we usually see in the real world computer industry. The ROI, or return on investment, has also been strong, staying close to 20% each quarter. This means companies in the industry are not only making more sales, but are also using their money and resources wisely to get good returns. All of this points to a healthy, growing, and profitable industry. To understand the competition, we use the five forces model. First, rivalry between companies is high. The four main companies are always competing with new products, lower prices, and lots of marketing. This makes the market very competitive and means we have to keep moving and improving to stay ahead. Second, buyers have a lot of power. Customers know a lot about the products, they care about price, and they could easily switch to another brand if they find a better deal or features. Third, the threat of new companies entering the market is moderate. It takes a lot of money and effort to start a new PC company because you need to invest in research, marketing, and building a brand. Still, it's possible for new players to enter if they have something new to offer. Fourth, substitutes like tablets and cloud services are available, but most people still need personal computers for work, gaming, and other tasks. So the threat from substitutes is moderate. Finally, supplier power is also moderate. Some important parts like processors and software come from big companies, which gives those suppliers some influence. But for many other parts, there are a lot of suppliers to choose from. Every industry has its threats and opportunities. Some of the main threats here are price wars, where companies lower prices to compete and risk losing profits. Technology also changes very quickly, so products can become outdated in just a year or two. Substitutes like tablets and cloud services are a risk, especially for customers who only need basic features. There can also be problems getting important parts, especially if there are supply chain issues. On the positive side, there are big opportunities. The industry is growing and more people want laptops and premium computers. There are also new markets to enter like Asia and Eastern Europe where demand is rising. Finally, there's a growing focus on sustainability. Companies that can show that they are environmentally friendly and meet new regulations can attract more customers and stand out from the competition. Skyline Systems has several resources that help us compete. We have a strong and well-trained sales team. Our factories are modern and can handle more production as needed, and we have sales offices in important cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and London. Our online sales and support systems work well, making it easy for customers to buy and get help. We built up several strong brands including Catalyst, Catalyst Plus, Catalyst Plus Plus, Sentinel Plus Plus, and Skyline Voyager. Financially, we're in a great place with more than $1.4 million in cash at the end of quarter 8 and no debt. These strengths give us the flexibility to invest in new products, marketing, or expansion when needed. Our value chain is another reason for our success. We have a good relationship with our suppliers, which helps us get the parts we need on time and at a good price. Our factories focus on making quality products and can ramp up production quickly if demand increases. Marketing and customer service are both strong. We use advertising and in-store displays to attract buyers, and we invest in customer support to keep people happy. We're also quick to develop and launch new products, which is important in a fast-changing industry. Overall, our main strengths are our ability to innovate, our strong brand reputation, and our careful financial management. These things help us stay ahead of the competitors. Our main strategy is to be different from other companies. We focus on innovation, making products that are new, reliable, and have features that customers want. We target customers who are willing to pay for more quality, especially in the innovator, traveler, Mercedes segments. This approach helps us get higher sales and profits than most other companies in the industry. Our strategy is a good fit for this market where customers have a lot of choices and competition is tough. By focusing on what makes our product special, we've been able to stand out and succeed. When we look at our results over the last 4 quarters, we see a clear upward trend. Sales have gone up every quarter starting at $3.2 million in quarter 5 and reaching $5.6 million by quarter 8. Profits have also increased and our net profit margin has always been above 38%. Our return on investment is at 19.3%, which is strong. We've managed our money well, stayed out of debt, and kept enough cash on hand to invest in new opportunities. This shows that our strategy is working and that we're in a good position for future growth.
All right, thanks, Luke. I'll go ahead and take it from here. So Skyline Systems does recognize the need for a tweak to both our business level and tactical strategies. The goal of these tweaks is going to be expand our market base and target a broader market with global expansion and become a market leader in R&D to support our differentiation strategy. Cornerstone of this new competitive strategy are going to be global expansion. Up to this point, Skyline Systems has serviced the innovator, Mercedes, traveler, and workhorse segments, but our market reach has been limited to North America and European markets. Those regions have very high competition. So with the strategic tweak, we are going to target expansion into the APAC and MEA regions. Those regions were selected because of the relative lack of competition up to this point. Second part of this competitive strategy is to significantly increase our investment in R&D with the goal of becoming the leader of innovation in the market and supporting our differentiation strategy by continually releasing products with new and improved features. As far as how we will accomplish this strategic change, our human resources department is going to prioritize talent acquisition and retention to support our global expansion. We are planning an 8% increase in both sales and operations compensation over the next 4 quarters to support this global expansion and ensure that our human capital is paid competitively and that we can retain top talent in the market. Production and operations strategy, we're going to significantly increase our investment in the changeover process at our manufacturing facilities. We do expect to produce a larger brand portfolio in the next 4 quarters, so we understand that having that changeover process improved is a big part and will help keep our costs low. We also are hoping to more tightly link our production scheduling with demand planning so that we can ensure we have minimal risk when it comes to stockouts and inventory risk. Our R&D strategy is going to see a significant increase in funding over the next 4 quarters. We're expecting to spend $19.4 million in R&D expenditures over the next year, both to improve the changeover process at our manufacturing facilities, as well as develop new and improved features at a rapid rate so that we can stay ahead of competition with our differentiation strategy. And then our marketing and sales strategy will see some big changes. We do plan to release new brands whenever new features become available from the R&D department. Our advertising is going to continue to highlight the reliability and innovative products that we sell and our differentiating features that we think our target segments will be willing to pay a premium price for. And then we are going to invest in sales infrastructure in the APAC and MEA regions in order to expand our customer base and market reach. Moving on into the tactical plan, we'll start with Q9. Q9 is where we lay the foundations for our market expansion. We'll make our investment and start building our first brick and mortar store in the MEA region located in Johannesburg. We expect that to be operational in Q10. We do have $5.38 million in R&D investments planned to develop large and fast cloud storage, ultra fast computing power, and long battery life for our laptops. I think those are some big differentiating features that our customers really want to see in our products. And then we are planning a 2% increase in sales and operations compensation to support this expansion. Moving on into Q10, we have a lot happening here in Q10. So we expect our Johannesburg office to be fully operational. And that'll be our first office in the MEA region. We do expect an increase in our advertising budget in order to stimulate demand in that new market. We will also start construction on our first brick and mortar sales location in the APAC region located in Tokyo. Expect that to be operational in Q11. We're going to release 2 new brands, the Catalyst Elite and the Voyager Elite brands. Those will incorporate the new features that our R&D department has developed over the previous quarters, and they will target the Innovator, Mercedes, and Traveler segments. We're planning another 2% increase in employee compensation. There'll be a 2% increase in every quarter over the next year for a total of 8%. And then an additional $5.38 million in R&D expenditures to ensure that we stay ahead of the curve and are continually developing new and improved features for our products. Q11, so we expect our Tokyo sales office to be fully operational in Q11. We also expect to see an increase in our advertising budget and Salesforce compensations in that quarter as we try to drum up demand in the APAC region and hire people to fill the positions at our new Tokyo office. We will release another brand, the Sentinel Elite. This will incorporate new and improved features and target the workhorse segment. And then again, we'll have another $5.32 million in R&D expenditures to improve our changeover at our manufacturing facilities and develop professional high-tech operating systems and global high-speed networking. And then Q12 is where we expect to see our plan really start to come together. At this point, we will have solidified our spots in the APAC and MEA regions. We plan to release another brand, the Voyager Elite Plus, targeting the Traveler segment, incorporating those new features that we developed over the past 3 quarters. We will continue our R&D investments to develop massive computing power and stay ahead of the competition as far as innovation. And then we'll end up rounding out the year with only over $19.4 million in R&D costs to develop new features, $1.9 million in investments to improve the changeover in our manufacturing facilities, and a total of 8% increase to employee compensation in both sales and operations. As far as the numbers for this tactical plan, the projected income statement, we have a couple key assumptions I want to go through before we actually look at the numbers. So we do expect the expanded market reach and new brand releases will stimulate a 71% increase in demand from the current quarter Q8 to Q12. We do also expect the average cost to produce a unit to increase by 8% over the next year as we release those new brand features. We understand that the material cost will be a little bit higher per unit, but we expect the improved changeover at our manufacturing facilities to keep that cost increase in check. Salesforce expense will increase with the compensation increase that we have planned, as well as the addition of the Johannesburg and Tokyo offices. So we'll expect to see costs rise there. And then we did estimate our quality costs at $63 per unit produced, which is consistent with our historical performance up to this point. All right, so here's our projected income statement. You can see on the left, just a couple things I want to highlight. So we do expect the expanded market reach and the new brands that we release over the next year to stimulate demand and increase revenues by 74% from the current quarter Q8 to Q12. We are estimating rebates at 1% of our revenue in each quarter. We also expect a 91% increase in cost of goods sold from Q8 to Q12 due to the slight increase in unit costs, as well as the increased volume we'll have to put through our facilities in order to meet the increase in demand. R&D expenditures will remain high throughout the next year. Like we're planning over $5.3 million in R&D expenditures in each of the 4 quarters over this next year to make sure that we stay ahead of the competition and innovation. And with all that, we expect our net income to increase by $4.7 million Q8 to Q12, which will really put us on solid financial footing for continued R&D investments going past Q12 into the future. So in conclusion, up to this point, Skyline Systems has shown strong growth and performance with its differentiation strategy. It really proves that the strategy we have in place can be successful in this highly competitive market. Strong financial and human resources, along with our operational efficiency, really position us to achieve massive growth over the next year, especially with the expanded market reach. Our proposed strategy for how to stimulate this growth is to expand into the APAC and MEA regions and significantly increase our R&D efforts in order to become the leader in innovation in the market. And with this strong foundation and the clear strategic plan we have for the next year, we're well positioned for massive growth and hope to establish ourselves as a leader in the simulated personal computer industry. Thank you.